You want the good news first or the bad news? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell y'all this. Do it again. Hey, get back, get back, get back. So it's good news, bad news kind of day, guys. Just a quick video to kind of catch y'all up on the last couple days. You want the good news first or the bad news? I think I'll go with the good news first. Good news is, you remember the dog, Jaxon, that Houston and I found a couple days ago that got attacked by the wild hog? I talked to his owner this morning and asked if the other dog ever made it home, and she said yes, he came home and he was uninjured, no injuries at all. And she was able to pick Jaxon up yesterday from the vet, and he just had basically minor superficial wounds they're able to treat pretty easily, and they're back home safe and sound. And she sent me a picture this morning of them two back together. So that's the good news. Bad news is, everybody wants to look at a goat's butt when they get bad news, right? Here, let's turn. We'll go look this way. Bad news is, the little baby goat didn't make it. And it is what it is. We lose a few every year. There's always some that die. The crazy thing is that was probably the biggest baby that I've had all year. He was huge. He was a big baby goat. So everybody's going to kind of want to know what was wrong and why did he die. I've got some pretty good ideas, and I think I know why. And actually a couple people have pointed it out in the comments that I may have a selenium deficiency with my goats. And I think they're right. One of the telltale signs with in baby goats that have a selenium deficiency is that weak leg. And if you remember in those video clips, that front leg just kept buckling under him. He just couldn't ever get his legs to work right. So I do feed a free choice mineral to these goats that has selenium in it, and I leave it out for them all the time, and I don't know, maybe they're not getting enough. But I have had problems in the past with some of the bigger goats. Not necessarily babies, but in the past I've had problems with some of the big goats having a selenium deficiency. So that was why I started feeding the mineral that included selenium. So watch out there. Just no respect. Common courtesy. They're just too worried about eating. Anyways, so I have had some selenium deficiencies in the past, and I know that. The mineral just maybe not be getting enough selenium in them, so I'm gonna have to look into something else, maybe into some sort of medication where I can give them an injection when they're pregnant, so that the babies don't suffer from that selenium injection. Unless this baby's wanting its mama again. What's the matter? You wanting your mama? Huh? So I'll look into that. If anybody has any suggestions on the selenium deficiency and what I need to be doing to correct it, other than the free choice mineral, I mean, like I said, that usually in the past has always been enough. So more than likely, I think it is the selenium deficiency. So if you have any ideas or anybody else that's a little more knowledgeable with these goats, just let me know, and I'll see if I can work on that. So yeah, after all that work yesterday, I let Mama and her baby out. The one I was worried about, died. This one's doing really well. It's up, following Mama around. So I just turned them back out together so she can eat and get to her hay and everything else, and I don't have to keep her secluded, so she'll be fine. So one other question I've had a few times lately has to do with my ear tagging in my goats. Now I did a video last year that was a little bit more in depth, and I'll put a link to that, put a card, wherever, I think it's right there, right? It's right there? Anyways, I did a video, it's a little more in depth on why and what had in my process and the reasons behind it last year. But I'll go ahead and go over that again real quick. So all of my goats are ear tagged. Every goat that's born on my place is numbered with these orange ear tags. Now some of the ones that I bought have ear tags and their numbers are a little off. But basically, This allows me to know when a goat was born, what year it was born. That way if it stays on the farm, I can always keep track of it. I know when it was born. I know I can keep up with all of its medical records. And then as they get a little older and have babies, I can keep track of how many babies they've had, and if they had twins this year, or triplets, or a single, or if they didn't have kids at all. If I got a mama goat that doesn't have kids for a couple years, it's time to cull her because she's not breeding. So there's no reason to keep those does around. But I got a little process. The way I do mine, I do my girls on their left ear when you're looking at them like this, okay? Girls would be on my left, boys in the right. And the reason I do that is so when it's time for me to start selling babies and separating and pinning them up so I know which ones are boys and girls when they're small, you know, it's just easier. I can look at them real fast and tell, hey, that one's got an ear tag in the left or the right, and I can keep track without having to go around and lift up their tail and figure it out. So girls get an ear tag on their left and boys get an ear tag on their right, and that number stays with them throughout the whole time they stay here on the farm, so I can keep records of who, what, when, why, where, things like that. It just allows me to keep track of these goats. So the way this works, and I'll show you, I use an ear tag tool. So it's just you see that little pin right there, the way it's a two-sided ear tag. Actually, this is going to be number 73. He's not 75, so number 73, you know, one side goes on like this. Let me get my other half. Where'd I put it? And then the other half has a hole in it, and that goes on there just like this, okay? So it goes on, bam, just like piercing, you know, a lady's ear, no different. So this is a boy, and his will go on his right ear. Let me put the camera down low and I'll show you how I do it and why I do it, where I do it. So everybody always wants to know, does it hurt? Does it hurt the goats? And the simple answer is yes, it hurts. For just a little while, it's not bad. They get over it really quick. Just like piercing a lady's ear, it doesn't last forever, just a small injury. So I've got this baby here. Look. Mama's concerned. Mom's trying to figure out what I'm doing to her baby. Alright. So what you want to do when you ear tag these goats, you got to be careful. Now there's a vein. Most of these goats will have a large vein that goes right down the center of their ear. You don't want your ear tag down too low because then it just causes too much weight, and when they shake their head, it'll, you know, it could injure them. But you don't want to get it too high because it's so sensitive and so many veins up in there. I don't know if you can see that vein on video very well. Be still. You can kind of see that line. Right where that line of hair is where that vein is. So you kind of want to avoid that. Okay, so I just kind of hold their ear. Like I said, he's number 73. Alright, we're going to avoid that vein and just squeeze real fast. Hang on, be still, baby. Just one little pinch. Oh, it's alright. See there? He's okay. He's over it now. Just one little pinch. There's no blood. They don't bleed at all. Just real fast. And that ear tag will stay in there for years. And he'll be just fine. Where's Mama at? Let's go let you go back to your mama. There's Mama over there. He's okay, Mama. I didn't hurt him too bad. He wants to go nurse on Mama for a little bit just to get him a little comfort. But he's okay. He's not hurt. Oh yeah, I was going to tell y'all this. Do it again. Well, that's not what I was going to tell you, but that's what she wanted to tell you. What I was going to say before I end up the end of this video was the reason I always do girls on the left, boys on the right is because I'm not going to admit girls are always right. So I'm not going to admit the girls are right. So I'm going to put their ear tag in their left ear. Ha! So here goes a girl ear tag. Left ear. Whew. Stressful, isn't it? I know it. You're number 74, and you'll always be number 74. So that's kind of how and why I ear tag these goats. I hope that answers your question. I don't remember, but I've had a couple people ask me why I ear tag them, and it's just for records keeping, basically. That's all it is. Anyways, don't want to make this video too long. Just a quick update. The dog survived. The other dog made it home, so that's great. Both dogs are great. Baby goat didn't make it. Kind of sad, and it is what it is. So thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.